Raider Nation, stop what you are doing right now because the future of this franchise is effectively being decided tonight in Miami, and the War Room has officially moved from Henderson to the stands of Hard Rock Stadium. We are witnessing the most aggressive scouting mission in team history, and if you aren't paying attention to what is happening in the owner's box tonight, you are missing the biggest clue to our future. The number 1 overall pick is practically locked and loaded, and the brass is not hiding their intentions anymore. This is the endgame. Before we dive into this massive update, do me a huge favor and smash that like button, share this with your Raider Nation group chats, and hit subscribe so you don't miss a beat of this off-season. Listen to me closely because this is not a drill. If you bleed silver and black, you need to clear your schedule. Grab a drink, lock the door, and sit down tonight to watch the college football playoff championship game. Why? Because you aren't just watching Indiana take on Miami. You are watching the Las Vegas Raiders' potential savior, Fernando Mendoza, audition for the job of a lifetime. We have confirmation on something that should send shivers down your spine in the best way possible. Tom Brady, John Spytek, and the highest-ranking Raiders officials are in the building at Hard Rock Stadium. They aren't there for the weather. They are there for one reason: to watch Fernando Mendoza operate on the biggest stage of his life. Let's be real for a second, if Brady and the front office weren't at this game, I would be losing my mind. You hold the keys to the franchise with that number 1 pick, you have to be there. But here is the bombshell that takes this from a normal scouting trip to something legendary. According to breaking reports from Diana Rossini, the Raiders haven't just sent scouts. They have invited active head coaching candidates to sit with them and watch the game. Let that sink in. We don't know the specific names of the candidates sitting in that box just yet, but think about what that implies. The organization is saying, come watch your future quarterback with us. They are building the marriage between coach and quarterback before the contract is even signed. That tells me everything I need to know. The conviction is there. The plan is in motion. With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders are zeroing in on Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Just saying that feels like destiny, doesn't it? Is it crazy to think that the next era of Raiders football is literally sitting in a luxury suite in Miami right now, eating popcorn and plotting a dynasty? Now, speaking of that head coaching search, we have some serious movement. We know the Raiders are lined up to interview Ejiro Evero, the defensive coordinator from Carolina, and, get this, Mike McDaniel, the former Dolphins head coach. This is massive. Both of these interviews satisfy the Rooney Rule requirements, which means once those boxes are checked and the in-person meetings happen, the Raiders are free to pull the trigger and make a hire. And who knows? Maybe one of those guys is sitting next to Brady right now, breaking down Mendoza's throwing motion. I am telling you, I am sold. I have been banging the drum for Mendoza for weeks. Tom Brady loves him. The tape screams, difference maker. But tonight is the final test. Tonight is where legends are made. I need to see him deliver one last time. Question of the day, I need to hear from you right now in the comments section because this debate is heating up. Given that we have the number 1 overall pick and a roster that needs help, is Fernando Mendoza the non-negotiable choice, or would you still entertain a massive trade-down haul to build the trenches? Type, draft Mendoza, or, trade down, below. Let's see where Raider Nation stands. Let's talk about the man of the hour, Fernando Mendoza. The media asked him the big question this week. They put him on the spot about going number 1 to Vegas. And his answer? It was perfect. He didn't take the bait. He didn't start measuring drapes for his Vegas mansion. He said, with a massive smile, that while he'd love to answer, he couldn't do that to his teammates. He said his focus is 100% on the present. That is a franchise quarterback answer. He looked like a kid on Christmas morning trying to keep a secret, but he kept it professional. He isn't focused on the glitz and glamour, he is focused on winning a ring for his guys. That is the mentality we have been starving for. Tonight, the Indiana Hoosiers are 8.5-point favorites against Miami. It's a road game for them essentially, playing in Miami's backyard. But I believe in this kid. I believe Indiana steamrolls them. I'm predicting a 38-17 blowout, with Mendoza hoisting the trophy and cementing his status as the #1 pick. But as a fan, you can't just watch the ball. You need to watch the player. If you are tuning in tonight, do not just watch where the pass goes. Watch the mechanics. Watch the mind. I have 5 specific things that every single Raider fan needs to look for tonight to understand why this kid is the truth. First, and most importantly, watch how he handles the pressure. I am talking about the magnitude of the moment. We are talking about the national championship. The lights are blindingly bright. If you want to be the face of the Las Vegas Raiders, you have to thrive in chaos. We have seen Mendoza do it in Happy Valley. We saw him do it in the Rose Bowl and the Peach Bowl. But this is the final boss. If he walks into Hard Rock Stadium, in front of a hostile Miami crowd, and executes with ice in his veins, he is a lock. He has the chance to be the first QB to bring a title to Indiana. That is legendary stuff. Critics have doubted him, but Mendoza is a winner. I want to see him silence every single doubter tonight. Second, pay close attention to third down. This is where NFL games are won and lost. We have suffered through years of quarterbacks who fold on third down. Whether it was Jimmy G, Brian Hoyer, or the endless carousel of backups, we are tired of seeing 3 and out. We are tired of the checkdowns short of the sticks. Look at Mendoza's numbers. A 67.4% completion percentage on the season. But dig deeper. On third and short, he is lethal. 6 touchdowns, barely any mistakes. But even on third and long, the do-or-die downs, he is extending plays and finding the open man. He keeps the chains moving. That keeps our defense off the field and breaks the opponent's will. Watch his decision-making when it is 3rd and 7 tonight. That will tell you if he is ready for Sundays. Third, we have to talk about the red zone. It has been the Achilles heel of this organization for years. Gruden's offense struggled there. McDaniel's offense was a disaster there. Even with Derek Carr, the red zone was often where drives went to die. Mendoza is a different animal inside the 20. Over the last 2 years, he has thrown 37 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the red zone. 0. Let that stat wash over you. When the field shrinks and the windows get tighter, he doesn't make mistakes. He gets 6 points, not 3. He isn't the most athletic guy in the world, he's not running a 4.440, but his brain processes information faster than anyone else. I would take that mental processing over raw athleticism any day of the week in the red zone. Fourth, watch him against the blitz. I know what you're thinking, but our offensive line sucks. We have the cap space to fix that, but even if the line is average, Mendoza is the equalizer. Look at the tape against Alabama. The Tide blitzed him 12 times, a season high. Most college kids panic. They tuck the ball and take the sack, or they throw up a prayer. Mendoza went 8 for 8 for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Alabama blitz. He knew where the pressure was coming from before the ball was snapped. He knew where the void in the defense was. That is Brady-esque. That is Joe Burrow-esque. He punishes defensive coordinators for getting aggressive. If Miami tries to heat him up tonight, watch him burn them. Finally, number 5. This might be the biggest one. Watch his leadership. I am tired of pouting quarterbacks. I am tired of guys who sit on the bench with a towel over their head when things go wrong. I want a general. Watch how Mendoza interacts with his teammates. Watch him with his offensive line. Is he firing them up? Is he communicating? He has a quiet confidence, synergy with guys like Brock Bowers. He isn't a diva. He is a servant leader. If Indiana falls behind, or if he throws a bad pass, watch his body language. Does he crumble? Or does he rally the troops? A franchise quarterback elevates the 10 guys in the huddle with him. He makes them believe they can win any game, no matter the score. I want to see him point to the scoreboard and take command. This game tonight is more than just college football. It is a preview of our future. 2026 has been a wild ride. We beat the Chiefs. We have the number 1 pick. And now we get to watch our future QB try to win a ring. I want to see one specific thing at the end of this game. When the confetti is falling, and they hand him that MVP trophy, I want Mendoza to take a split second, look up at the luxury box where Brady and Spytek are sitting, and point at them. Just a subtle nod that says, "Come get me." I know I am dreaming, but the vibes are immaculate right now. We are on the verge of finally solving the quarterback riddle that has plagued us for decades. So, Raider Nation, enjoy the game tonight. Watch number 15. Scrutinize every throw. Because come April, I have a feeling he is going to be trading that Indiana crimson for silver and black. Let's see if he earns it tonight.